wish I could say for certain exactly what the problem was, but I can't. I can get close. I know it was leaking very badly with the soap and pressure tester on this cover. From Walbro, the factory screw is just a slot head like that. I went ahead and used one that has a hex head and was able to really get this cover seated down. It still has a very slow leak off, but nothing like it was. And that's with OEM Homelite gaskets in there on this top, on the fuel pump side. So it tuned out. I also raised the metering lever to just right at the max so that I adjusted it as I had pressure on it. So as I bolted the bottom cover on, if the pressure started to release at all, bent the lever back down. So it's set for max flow. The low speed screw is open roughly 1.5 inches, maybe a tad more, which is a little on the high side for one of these, but I think it's just unique to this particular carburetor. The high side is about 3/4 of a turn. I had it running for probably the better part of 4 or 5 minutes before I did the video. Wanted to see a restart. The fuel hose is pretty new. I did not change this the last time around. The filter in the tank is definitely aftermarket, but I mean it flows, it's not plugged. So, and I'm not seeing hardly any wetness down in there. I mean, you can see some. You can see that glisten. Part of that's from me working, and part of that is when you're cold starting these, if you watch it with the choke closed, and yes, I still need to get a cotter pin on that choke, but when the choke's closed and you crank it over, you'll see a little drip of fuel right as it tries to fire and then dies out. So that's normal to see a little bit of residue in there if this ever fills up. Obviously, that means there's a leak in the carburetor, but right now it looks pretty good. So Danny, what I'm going to do is let this sit for a day. This is Sunday. Maybe tomorrow after work I'll try giving it a fire, and if it still performs as it should, I think it'll be ready to box up and get back your way.